Hey, what's up, guys? It's Shizzle.
And CNS3 here.
And today we're going to be recording our post-E3 conferences podcast.
It was a good E3 this year.
One of the best in the last couple of years.
Agreed.
Everyone's conference was solid. There wasn't anyone that came out and didn't have something solid to show, so I was really excited and happy with what everyone showed.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with who came out first to present was Microsoft.
Yeah.
And Microsoft this year, Phil Spencer came out and said, you know what, this year is all about games. We're showing you nothing but games.
Yeah.
I think they maybe had like one or two people in between the games come out, but it was like back to back to back to back.
And they really needed to do that this year, considering what they did last year. So, so they started out with Call of Duty like they always do, and it looked really good. I think it sold me on the campaign, which is something that the last couple CODs haven't done.
Yeah, COD's campaigns are always very... Yeah.
It looks different enough that I actually want to give it a try and play the campaign, but obviously we're going to be playing it for the multiplayer, which I haven't shown any yet. But
I'm still not picking up on launch day.
Yeah, me neither, but I'm still going to get it eventually. But it's looking good. It's looking good.
Yeah, it was fresh to see them do something different.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I felt like it still looked very much like Titanfall.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Titanfall. But they've been working on this game for 3 years, so
yeah, I don't know.
It's whatever. So after, I'm looking at Twitter, by the way, my Twitter, because I live tweeted everything.
And I didn't get to see half the conference because of the Wi-Fi at work.
So after Call of Duty, they showed Evolve, and they announced that a lot of, well, not a lot, but the DLC for Evolve is going to be Xbox exclusive at first, like Call of Duty DLC. So that kind of sucks if you don't have an Xbox. But Evolve looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. It definitely makes me more interested in the game.
Yeah, they announced that they have 3 different types of monsters now. Before we thought they only had 1, but they showed off some Kraken gameplay, which looks fucking sick.
Like some Cthulhu
yeah, so I'm super excited to get my hands on Evolve. Might be one of my most anticipated games. And so after Evolve, they went into AC Unity, which I wasn't super excited about because I don't really like Assassin's Creed, but this gameplay trailer sold me.
I love Assassin's Creed, and I'm glad that they actually finally did this, where like you could, I mean the name actually makes sense now.
Yeah.
Because you're uniting your friends to play in Assassin's Creed, and the amount of people that they had, like you could
the crowds
of people were
so
like
good.
Crazy.
So
which
good.
I mean is perfect for a game about French Revolution.
Yeah.
So you always have people in the streets just rioting and stuff like that. So oh man, I just can't wait for it.
It's gonna be so fun to get a couple friends and just you have a gang and you have to work together to make your way through.
Assassin's Creed always had a really good storyline. The multiplayer was okay. I played it here and there, but it was never like, hey, you need to get Assassin's Creed to play multiplayer together.
Yeah. When they came out and said they were showing the multiplayer, I was kind of worried because usually multiplayer isn't that good, but it looked really, really good.
Which I still think, I don't know for sure, but I think the story mode is still like basically single player, but there's a few missions throughout that you can do with other people. It's your brotherhood, I should say.
So after this, they showed off some new Dragon Age gameplay and a trailer, which I'm not getting this game. I'm not looking forward to this game. It looks good. It's just not for me.
Yeah, as much as I like BioWare because of Mass Effect, I never really cared too much for Dragon Age. I don't know why.
There's just something about it it puts it off for me. I'm not exactly sure what it is.
It's weird. I get like a Fable vibe, I guess, and that's why. Because Fable to me is okay.
We'll talk about Fable.
But we'll get back to Fable.
Yeah. So then Microsoft showed off some Sunset Overdrive.
Which
I'm jealous. Yes. I am jealous that Insomniac is not making this.
Exactly. Especially since Insomniac had such a long history with Sony.
Yeah.
That I'm not saying they're like betraying them or whatever, but the fact, because they made several, they had a couple of third-party, games that they put on cross-platforms and stuff, like Fuse, but this game just looks so good. It looks like a mix between like Dead Rising and Infamous.
Yeah. With
like the colors and colorful, funny of like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Ratchet and Clank. And the only people to blame for this not being on PlayStation is Sony because they wanted to own the IP. Like with Ratchet and Clank and Resistance, Insomniac doesn't own that IP.
Yeah,
it's all Sony.
Insomniac, I mean...
So I totally understand why Insomniac would want to own it.
Yeah, they want their own IPs.
Yeah. So I'm expecting the next one, like Sunset Overdrive 2, is going to be a cross-platform. It's looking like this is going to be a success, and if it is, then there's no way they don't.
Yeah, I mean, Insomniac has just this deal with Microsoft for this one. Next one, who knows? They're most likely going to bring it if it's a huge success, which I'm sure it will be because it looks phenomenal. That it'll be cross-platform.
Then Capcom showed off the new Dead Rising 3 DLC, which just looks like whatever.
Basically, it's just a whole bunch of Capcom skins and craziness in Dead Rising. So the game just gets even more ridiculous.
And then Microsoft finally showed off some gameplay of Fable Legends. It's kind of in the in a similar game style of Evolve, where it's kind of 4v1. But the one person is kind of just setting traps and sending enemies and stuff.
Okay, so basically Fable Legends is very different from the other Fables. Because you can have a group of up to 4 people, like you said, like Evolve. And basically you're going through, your missions and stuff like that. And then there's the head villain, whatever. And then which it could either be AI or a player. So if it's a player, he gets his own, real-time strategy type thing. Like, I want people to come out from here, I want them to attack from this side, flank them on that side, and stuff like that. So it's kind of like 4v1, but also you could play it, by yourself if you really wanted to where you have 3 AI opponents and, an enemy, or you could, one villain, one guy with AI.
Yeah.
It seems interesting. It's different. I'm glad that they're doing something different, because Fable slowly did this the whole time.
I think this could utilize Smart Glass, like the one player could really utilize Smart Glass. I think it would work way better like that than using a controller.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah. Then they showed off. Then they showed off Project Spark, which looks really, really good. It's kind of like in Little Big Planet 2, where you could create your own game, but it's like way bigger.
Yeah.
Like, you could create anything pretty much.
Minecraft, Little Big Planet, and being a developer.
It seems like the creation of it is so deep, and you can do anything.
Yeah, and the coolest thing that they're doing is they're featuring Conquer as a pack. So all these Conquer themed stuff will be inside Project Spark.
Yeah, so
which is pretty cool, because I'm glad Rare's finally doing something with their older IPs that they haven't done in a long time.
Because they're just being wasted.
On Connect Sports.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
So then Microsoft put out this trailer that kind of ties Halo 1 through 5 all together into this one story mode. And then they officially announced the Master Chief Collection.
Which is fucking amazing.
There's over 100 multiplayer levels. All 4 games have all multiplayer, and you can play.
Nothing's changed. Yeah. It's all the same thing. So all the glitches and stuff that you were able to utilize back then, you'll be able to use it again.
Yeah, and all the games have their original engines, and Halo 2 has it's been updated as well.
Yeah.
It just got the anniversary treatment. So the coolest thing to me is you could go in the online multiplayer, and for the voting there could be a level from Halo 1, a level from Halo 2. And a level from Halo 3, and
you can just jump around.
It's gonna be just
you can make your own playlists.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can choose whatever maps you want. So it's really cool.
Yeah. So if you're a Halo fan and you're thinking about getting an Xbox One, this is the reason to get an Xbox One.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, even though Halo's cool with me, I'm not a huge Halo fan. Mm-hmm. If I had Xbox One, I would definitely pick this up. Yeah, it's just cool just to have the collection.
Yeah, I fell off after Halo 2 because I didn't like Halo 3 and I didn't play Halo 4, but Halo 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, especially the multiplayer.
Yeah, I think it's worth it just to pick up Halo 2.
yeah, honestly. So yeah, that's awesome. Then they showed off a new Halo 5 trailer. They didn't show too much because it's not coming out till next fall. So
but they will be having a beta this holiday.
Yeah.
I don't know if they said in November or December.
Yeah, I don't think they announced exactly when, but yeah, that's gonna be cool for Xbox One players. Yeah. Then they showed off a Division gameplay demo, which looks so good.
Division just looks cooler and cooler and better every time they show it.
Yeah, I just hope this lives up to the hype, because it's reminding me of how Watch Dogs was hyped.
Yeah, and then it got delayed, and then delayed, and then now it's just kind of it's still a good game, but like it's not as groundbreaking and phenomenal
as we thought it was going to be. Yeah.
Because I love Watch Dogs. I beat it. I just have those 2 fucking trophies that I can't get. But anyway,
it's not a bad game. And
it's still a good game.
Yeah,
it's still a good game. I'm glad I purchased it. It was worth the purchase.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I'm sad that Division got delayed until next year, but I definitely want Ubisoft to take their time because I think this could be an awesome game.
That's the thing about this year is that everything at E3 was announced. Was almost all of them were going to be released in 2015.
Yeah, there wasn't much.
There wasn't
2014,
much,
but
which I mean is okay. It's kind of upsetting that I won't be able to like see these games this year, but I know that they're in the works and they will be coming out soon, and that they will be taking their time with them.
Yeah. That being said, I think there's more than enough games coming out this fall.
So
yeah, we'll definitely be having enough games. So I'm not complaining because I'm already worried about how I'm going to buy all these games.
Yeah. This is the game I need to pick up is Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, we have the Super Smash Brothers
Invitational
on the screen.
We might just kind of.
Yeah, that looks fucking awesome. Okay.
Dude, that's so cool.
Then their kind of last one big thing was they announced a new Crackdown game. I've never been a fan of the Crackdown games.
They're basically a sandbox open world, kind of like a Saints Row.
Apparently,
it's cool.
Yeah.
To fool around with. It doesn't take itself seriously at all.
I didn't think that it was that big of a game though, but apparently Twitter
blew
up about it. So yeah.
The second one kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah.
But it still had like a good enough numbers to where like people were still like really into Crackdown, especially for them to be another one.
Yeah. So those were the main games for Microsoft conference. Overall, they showed over 20 games in 90 minutes.
They showed a lot. They even also showed off a bit of indie games.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be coming out, which I thought was cool because
it's just weird for Microsoft to do that.
It's weird for them to do that because they usually don't concentrate a lot on their arcade games, which I'm not sure if they still have the arcade on Xbox One. I don't think so, but
I think it might be just called.
I think it's just digital games.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they're because as a PlayStation 4 owner. We get ridiculed all the time
because the indies.
Because of the indie games, it's a double-edged sword with us. But it also is cool because we get to have those games in between the big releases.
Yeah.
So we have something constantly to keep playing.
Yeah. So that was pretty much it for Microsoft. I was super impressed with their showing.
Me too. I know they also announced a few new IPs that were pretty cool. Well, new and returning ones like Phantom Dust was on the original Xbox, which they're bringing back, which I never played. But it seemed cool. The trailer looked awesome.
Yeah.
I think Scalebound was another one from Platinum Games.
Totally forgot about that.
That looked fucking cool. I get that.
Yeah.
Well, if I see more, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really.
It looks cool. It looks almost like a Monster Hunter type thing on Xbox, which seems pretty phenomenal.
There was a lot of games that had that Monster Hunter-esque vibe, I thought, this year, which is cool because Monster Hunter's awesome. But yeah, that was interesting. So
a lot of RPG or action fantasy games.
So moving on to EA, EA started the show with what I wanted, showing some Battlefront, even though they didn't show a lot because the game's still a year or two away. But they showed some concept footage. It looks really, really good. I'm super excited for this game. They kind of showed that they went and I forgot the name of the place where all the stuff from the movies kept, all the models and stuff. So they went to take pictures there. They went to take pictures in the Redwoods, and this game's gonna be fucking awesome.
Omaha?
The Woods?
No.
Oh, the play. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. They kept referring to Omaha, so I'm just like assuming there's something in Nebraska.
So yeah, they didn't show too much because there's not too much to show, but what they did show looks really, really good. Then they talked about their new Mass Effect game.
Yeah, which they didn't talk too much about. They just said that it's happening. Mass Effect 4 is happening, but it'll be. I think it's on a new engine.
Yeah, totally redone.
New engine. It'll be different characters. I don't know if Shepard's gonna make a return as in just like a little cameo, or maybe he's a character that like an NPC that you can communicate to or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be new characters, new worlds, new everything.
Yeah,
it's gonna be sweet.
Totally built for next gen.
I'm pretty excited. I was kind of upset they didn't announce that the trilogy would be coming out to PS4 and Xbox One, because I was really hoping to play those games all over again on my next gen system. But I'm happy to know that Mass Effect is still coming.
And they did this a few times through their show. They showed games that's not so far along, but they still wanted to show something.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool, but some people didn't like that at all.
It was kind of just like a little tease.
Kind of like
it was just kind of like I didn't like that.
Yeah, they're like, if you don't really have something to show, don't show it.
It was a sour
Yeah, but I was fine seeing anything.
Bittersweet, I guess.
It's better. I find it's better to see something than nothing.
Yeah, I like to know at least, hey, this isn't a development, then just be like, man, I wonder when they're gonna announce a new Mass Effect or whatever.
Yeah, and then
even though it may be 2017.
Yeah, we don't know how far into development.
As long as it's not the last Guardian thing, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. So after Mass Effect, they showed off some more Dragon Age. They showed some more gameplay, which looks more the same.
Yeah.
And then they brought out The Sims 4, and there was a group of girls that went fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, who cares about The Sims 4? But apparently,
I always enjoyed them. I played Sims 3 like when it first came out for maybe about like a month, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
But I used to love The Sims 2 and the original Sims. Like I played that all the damn time.
Yeah.
I just love I guess because I'm an artist, I like going in, creating, and
that's my favorite part.
Architecture.
That's my favorite part about the Sims games.
And,
and they didn't show any of that. They showed all about the characters.
They just showed this old lady beating the shit out of some dude
and killing him by laughing.
Yeah, it was pretty.
It was pretty weird.
Pretty ridiculous.
Then you have EA started showing off some of their sports games because EA has a lot of sports games.
UFC came out. They showed off a little trailer with Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Well, gameplay. I'm sorry. Of Bruce Lee beating the shit out of some dude.
Yeah, and they showed how fucking stupid, well not stupid, but hard the control system is, because the night before, which was weird, I downloaded the demo just out of nowhere because it's on PS4 and I could not. I didn't get through the tutorial because I'm just like, I will not remember how to do any of this once the tutorial is over. So if you're a UFC fan, it looks amazing. It looks like you're watching it on TV, but
and I know that comes out in like 2 weeks or
it's like a week from now.
Yeah, 17th.
Yeah.
Then after that, they showed NHL 15, which they're completely redoing, just like supposedly what they're doing with the new Madden. They're making it from the ground up, completely new stadiums, players, animations, everything. They're taking their good old time on NHL, which is pretty cool. I hope they do that with all the rest of their sports games, especially NBA Live and Madden, because NBA Live was bad, and then Madden has just been old for a while. They needed
which we'll get to Madden in a little bit. NHL looks solid.
NHL does look solid. I'm not a hockey guy because, I mean, there's no hockey in Louisiana.
Yeah.
There's no ice. But
there's a hockey team in our city.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, so
we live right there.
So whatever.
They do have a
like a minor league team,
I guess. A semi-pro.
Yeah.
It's the Louisiana Ice Gators.
I actually do want to go to a game.
I heard they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, so I want to go to a game one day.
Yeah.
Then
it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Then they showed off some Mirror's Edge, which I don't care about because I don't really like Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, I appreciate it for what it does. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I like the artistic take on it.
Yeah.
But I never really played the first one, so I can't really say if I like it or don't like it. It's just not my thing.
It was just weird to me because they showed almost the same exact thing last year. It doesn't seem like they've gotten that far.
No, because it was all, what do they call it, prototype concepts?
Prototype alpha footage.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Conceptual prototypes or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So then EA showed off Madden. They showed that they're kind of reinventing a lot of things. The tackling system's going to be different.
Yeah, it's all about defense.
The whole presentation is going to be different, which I'm super excited. They got an award-winning NFL films director to come and help make it look more like a
NFL
bring
John
game.
Madden back, dude.
No.
Football! But there's no Brett Favre, so it won't be funny.
Yeah, but
he's gonna still call people Brett Favre.
I'm gonna get Madden 15 just because I'm a huge NFL fan. I just hope I'm not let down like I was last year.
I think this year they're actually spending their time. I think the last one was Porto.
Yeah.
They just rendered in a higher quality. But this year they're showing like, hey, we're actually going through it. Because I mean, when they showed the people, like the jersey, like the players, their jerseys,
the physics and
everything looked.
It looked way better.
It looked way better.
Yeah.
And I hope they're doing like what NHL did and kind of like rebuilding the whole game.
Same goes for FIFA. They're just kind of getting the physics down of all these sports. That's one of the hardest things to do.
I think as long as even if it doesn't look realistic, even though it's sports, and I think sports has to be the most realistic, because you're looking at real life people.
Yeah.
I think the physics is the most important.
Definitely.
Than the looks. I can get past like a Madden that looks like it's still on PS3 if it plays well and has phenomenal gameplay.
That was my biggest gripe with Madden 25 on the PS4 is it played horribly. and it didn't look that much
better.
better.
Look that good.
So
it's just like it's just a shitty port.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, I'm probably not gonna get Madden 15 just because I usually get sports games every couple of years because it's usually nothing really that fresh. But in this case, it seems like it'd be a good upgrade. But I'll still wait. I still got Madden 25 to play for another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. So after FIFA, they showed off an awesome Battlefield Hardline gameplay trailer. It was like a 10-minute gameplay, you'd probably say.
Roughly.
It looked awesome, and then right after the gameplay trailer, they dropped the bomb that the beta started then.
Which we've been playing.
Yeah, so we've been playing the beta. It's really, really good. I really like it. I'm excited for this game. It's coming out in October.
It's a lot quicker paced than I thought it would be.
It's enough like Battlefield to feel like you could just pick it up, but it's different enough to feel fresh and new.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying it, and they totally crashed PSN and their website by doing this.
It took me forever.
They got a lot of media attention because everybody was talking about the beta. So yeah, that was pretty much the end of EA's conference. With that bomb drop, they just kind of ended it. So going from
EA was Ubisoft, which Ubisoft led off with probably their biggest game besides The Division is Far Cry 4.
And I'm so excited for Far Cry 4.
It looks phenomenal. And I found out that Troy Baker does the voice of, I don't remember his name, the villain that's on the front cover.
Because like
I wasn't expecting.
I was watching the trailer, I'm like, is that Troy Baker? And I look on Twitter and I was like, it's Troy Baker, guys. Troy, he made a joke. He's like, yeah, I'm in 84 games this year on this floor. I'm like, goddamn. He's not really, but he could be.
He's in a good bit.
So Far Cry 4 looks awesome. They didn't show any gameplay. It's kind of like the opening of the game that they showed, which looks amazing.
Yeah, I think it was like the first couple minutes of the actual gameplay. Shows you how you kind of like get to be where you're at.
Yeah.
And it seems really fucking awesome.
And I forgot her name, the host of the
Ubisoft. I should. Taylor. She does the voices for Arch. I forgot the lady's name in Archer.
And she hosts Who's Line now.
Oh, that's what she. Oh,
yeah. And she was really funny. Like.
She
She made a weed joke. I really enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
She
it's
curses.
really smoky in here. It's like 420 or something.
And so, and then.
Yeah, she has a lot of personality to her, and that's really what I like about the Ubisoft conferences.
That was her third time hosting
It's way more laid back than the other three. It's kind of just like, we're going to have fun. Like, that's the other ones are just like, more...
We got to show you everything. Ubisoft's like, we're going to show you stuff, but have a good time.
Yeah.
One of the weird things, he's like, we started off big and we're going to get bigger. So let's go from Far Cry 4 to Just Dance. So it was weird.
Which, if you think about it, it probably is bigger in the sense of like sales.
Yeah, but
it's just like...
The people watching and the people there don't care.
Exactly.
But they did introduce that you could play it with your smartphone now.
Yeah.
So you load up an app and you could just dance, and then your smartphone, like I guess with the gyroscope, scores you, and that's pretty cool if you have extra friends over. They have like 100 people.
I thought it'd be cooler if it would have played the music from your phone.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I thought that would have been cool as hell. That would have been like always what I wanted in like Guitar Hero or Rock Band.
Yeah.
My own music in there.
But it was cool because they had probably close to like 50 people on stage all dancing, and all their scores came up in real time.
Yeah.
So if you're a huge Just Dance fan and you want to have a huge Just Dance party, you can.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with Just Dance. It's always fun. It's always a fun party game for sure. A lot of nights with that in high school.
Yep. Ubisoft showed off not a gameplay but another trailer of The Division, kind of showing how New York got into the state that it is in The Division.
Yeah.
A super.
They did that with a lot of games this year.
Yeah.
Not Ubisoft, but like all of them together. Like they showed different pieces of them at different conferences.
It was a CG trailer, so it's not gameplay, but it looked good, and the gameplay doesn't look that much different, which is impressive. And then they showed some more Assassin's Creed. They showed like a 15-20 minute gameplay, and it looked just as good as it did at the Microsoft conference. I'm probably going to end up picking it up now because, like I said, I'm pretty pumped about the co-op.
Yeah, I debated which one I was going to pick up first, Far Cry or Assassin's Creed, in November.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to go with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Just because I know I'll...
You like this
I know I like
series,
Assassin's Creed, so I know I love it.
And
I love Far Cry, but I know for sure, like, I'm going to want Assassin's Creed when it comes out.
Then Ubisoft showed off a couple new fitness type games. which obviously I don't care about. And then they dropped the bomb.
Neither do I. I'm skinny.
For the third year in a row, Ubisoft dropped the bomb, and they showed a trailer for Rainbow Six Siege. It's been 6 years since the last Rainbow Six.
Was it pre-beta or
pre-alpha footage?
Pre-alpha footage,
and it looked
multiplayer.
It looked really good.
And it's still phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this because I played the crap out of. I don't remember which one it was, but I used to love Saints Row, and it's been Saints Row, Rainbow Six. I don't know where Saints Row came out of that, but
because it was Rainbow Six Las Vegas. Was that the last one?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think.
But it's been 6 years since the last one, and people went crazy about it. So that's 3 years in a row that Ubisoft totally brings it home.
Yeah. So apparently there's no Patriots anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of just scrapped. So later that night, Sony, like they usually do, they ended the first day with their conference. And like Microsoft, they showed a lot of games, but in the middle, they kind of went off the rail of games and kind of talked about hardware and stuff.
It was kind of weird how they did it.
Yeah, they usually start the show.
They usually start the show, but I guess
they wanted to start
off a little bigger and then finish even bigger. Yeah. So I guess that's why they did it in kind of the middle, like almost like an intermission type of thing. Yeah.
But it went on a little too long. We'll get to it, I guess.
Yeah. Because PlayStation's more about, they like talking and more about numbers.
Yeah.
And like, this is how many hours like people have spent online, and this is how many people have downloaded stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
but let's go back to the beginning.
No one cares.
Yeah. So they started off the conference with a Destiny story trailer, which we didn't know too much about the Destiny story.
That is true.
It looked really good, though. I'm super excited about this game. They still haven't shown a lot of it. We're seeing some gameplay from the floor all week, though. And they also announced that the beta starts July 17th on PlayStation. But the alpha...
There's also an alpha that you can go and sign up on. I think it's...
greatnessawaits.com/Destiny the game. Or you can just go to greatnessawaits.com. It's on the front. But
and then you can get into, you can hopefully try to get into the alpha, which will launch this Thursday
and then Sunday.
Through the weekend.
You have a weekend to play the game if you get in. So hopefully you get in.
That'd be cool. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Because I've sent an email, so hopefully.
I'm guaranteed to get in because I'm awesome. Along with Destiny, they announced that they're going to be doing a white PS4 bundle, which looks amazing.
It looks sexy.
Yeah. Then they showed off.
It's dirty.
Yeah, it's gonna be dirty, but
looks nice.
Yeah. Then they showed off a new the Order 1886 trailer.
Which this one was different than the other.
Totally different.
The other ones focused. Well, the first trailer that we saw last year at E3 was obviously CG trailer just to get you kind of like excited about the game, kind of vaguely show you what the game's about. And all you knew is that it was kind of like a neo-Victorian with like you were like hunting supernatural beasts. But I don't know if they actually announced what it was or if they showed concept art or anything of what you were actually fighting. And then in this one, the next one, you were having a little pit fight against humans. And then now it looks a lot. It was like closer quarters. You were like, it looks like you were in a tunnel of some sort, or like in a narrow hallway of a building.
Yeah.
And
then we finally
you're in the dark with a lantern, and eventually you see this beast, over this dead body, and it looks at you, and it kind of looks like a human, but kind of deranged.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it morphs, and it's a werewolf.
It looked a lot like the werewolf from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me a lot of that werewolf.
It still had those human features, but it still had like the ears and the hunched back and the long claws. And
it was awesome to finally see some of the supernatural enemies in the game because that's going to be a big part of it. But it just sucks that this game is also delayed. But I'd rather give them the time.
It's right before my birthday.
So that's going to be cool early next year.
It's going to be cool for me.
February 20th.
My birthday.
Yeah. Then they showed off some new Infamous DLC. It's going to be standalone DLC, so you won't even need Infamous if you don't have it. It's pretty much just getting... you're going to be able to play as Fetch, which she was one of my favorite side characters from Second Son.
I love using her power the most. Yeah. So I'm glad it's going to be revolving around Neon.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Neon, so I'm not looking forward to that too much, but I'm looking forward to the story, because I'm looking forward to learning more about Fetch and her backstory.
And the backstory, because It's going to jump between the events that happened before Infamous Second Son took place, when she's in DUP prison, and then also a little bit, I think, after.
Yeah. And then, out of nowhere, they dropped Little Big Planet 3.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all because Media Molecule was not showing.
Well, that's the thing. It's not made by Media Molecule.
And it's not.
So
it's some other studio.
Yeah.
So it was very out of the blue, and no one really expected it.
But it looks really fun. It looks
cool.
more of the same, but they added 3 new characters, so it's going to be 4-player co-op now. And each character has its own ability. Sagboy's still looking cute as fuck. That's my boy.
Odd Sock. Who's like a little dog.
They have a dog, they have a bird, and a fat dude. That turns little.
Yeah, he can shrink.
And
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember their names. But one of the coolest things is you'll be able to play all the levels from Little Big Planet 1 and 2, the community levels. So all those levels that you worked so hard on and you love the other people's levels, they'll all carry over. So that's awesome.
With updated graphics. So all be in HD.
Yeah. So I was super excited about Little Big Planet 3. The crowd that I was in went nuts for that.
That's another game that's coming out in November that I'm going to have to wait to pick up later. Cause
I'll probably end up getting that for Christmas.
I'm trying to do like a 1 game a month thing. I'm going to try to keep up with that.
And then we heard a lot about From Software's new game, codenamed Project Beast. And they finally showed it off. It's called Bloodborne.
Yeah.
They didn't show any gameplay or anything, but that game looks fucking scary. It's not really something I'll probably end up getting, but it's a huge fan favorite.
I wasn't good.
Yeah.
At Demon Souls, so I never played the Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not gonna buy this or play this.
Dark Souls is like
I don't have the patience.
I love my games to be challenging, but when I've always thought Dark Souls gameplay mechanics wasn't good.
No, but this one's supposed to be a little more faster.
Everyone's saying it's a lot faster, so if it is, then I might check it out.
More fluid.
Yeah.
Because it was very staticky and slow.
Yeah, and stiff and stuff. So if it's more fluid, then I might give it a try.
Yeah.
Then we finally saw some Far Cry 4 gameplay. Because during the Ubisoft conference, it wasn't gameplay, but we got probably 10 minutes or more.
Yeah, and this was just like a camp invasion. You were trying to take over the camp.
It looks so good. Like
elephants.
You jump onto a truck, you throw a dude out, you stab a dude, you throw him out, you take the truck, then a freaking rock avalanche makes you drive off a mountain, then you jump out the truck and you're in a wingsuit.
And elephants.
But the biggest surprise was it's co-op, one. And second, your friend won't even need the game to play it. So
I don't understand how that happened.
So if I have Far Cry 4, I'm like, Cade, play some Far Cry 4 with me. He doesn't even need to buy it. He could just play it with me. They didn't explain exactly how that's going to work, and it's probably going to be super limited, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely picking up Far Cry 4. It's one of my most anticipated games for this fall. Then Adam Boyles came out, and they started doing this thing where they were like reading some letters from the fans, which could have totally been fake letters. But the first one was saying that they wanted more zombie games, which, I mean, who wants more zombie games? I feel like there's more than enough. But then they released this amazing trailer for Dead Island 2. I didn't know it was awesome. Dead Island 2 till the very end, but I was laughing my ass off at this trailer. It was hilarious.
Yeah, just go watch the trailer. Even if you don't like Dead Island or zombies, just watch the trailer. It's just funny. Yeah. And
then they announced that some bloaters and clickers and stuff, Last of Us enemies, are gonna appear in the Diablo 3 on the PS4.
Which is cool, in its own little
they're gonna have their own dungeon.
So I mean, they won't be in the whole game. It'll just be in that one specific dungeon. Yeah. Probably its own exclusive.
Yeah. And then they randomly announced that Grim Fandango's getting a remake, which
after that fan-made letter of the 12-year-old girl that ends up being 10.
Yeah.
And it's the guy. I forgot his name.
Speaking of that, the letters, did you see the Xanax thing?
No.
Okay, so someone sent in a letter. I forgot. I think it might have led into some indie games, but they're like.
That's what all the games pretty much were.
I really like. The letter was saying like, I really like totally weird games. I want a game, and like that was the part that was highlighted. Then like after like the part that was supposed to be blurred, but it wasn't blurred all the way. It's like I want a game that's crazier than Xanax. Like on the big screen, just see Xanax. I'm like, okay. So that was a little weird. And then Suda51 announced their new game, Let It Die, which looks interesting. The trailer was a little odd, but the logo looks super cool, which is something stupid to say. But they have a Grim Reaper on a skateboard. I mean, what else do you want?
Oh, yeah, that one. I was trying to think what it was. Yeah, it seems pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then the makers of Journey showed off their new game, Abzu. Probably one of my most anticipated games because I love Journey so much. It looks like Journey, more of Journey but underwater. And they have the Emmy Award-winning musician coming back, so the music's going to be awesome again. It looks like more of Journey but just underwater, so I'm super excited. They also showed off another indie title called Entwined. Which looks hard because I think it'd be kind of a mindfuck to use the 2 analog sticks.
Believe me, I've been playing Watch Dogs drinking games trying to get that trophy, and it is a complete mindfuck.
But it looked really cool, and they announced that it's out now. So if that looked like something you want to play, you could go and pick that up on the PSN store.
Not my type of game because I don't like analog stick games, but as far as like an animator perspective, I thought the game looked beautiful.
Yeah,
like I loved the trailer. It was so serene and just beautiful, and the colors were just gorgeous.
I think I'm gonna download it tonight and try it out. It looks like something I'd really enjoy, so I think I'm gonna try it out tonight.
Just let me know how it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'll maybe try it at your house, but.
And then one of my biggest parts of the Sony conference was they announced that No Man's Sky is still a thing. And it's going to be a PS4 exclusive. Now, if you didn't know what happened with...
Timed exclusive?
No,
it's
full exclusive.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
If you didn't know what happened with the developers of this game, it's a group of 5 or 6 people making this huge game, and their studio got flooded, and they lost everything.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't exactly know what happened. There were some rumors that Sony was going to buy their studio, but now people are saying that Sony just gave them a lot of money to make this game. So it looks just as good as it did, and they showed gameplay, and it's seamless. Yeah,
it's another game that I very much respect. I think the art style.
Yeah, definitely. It's so beautiful. The colors are vibrant. And each game's going to be different because every player spawns on a different level.
Yeah, and all the worlds are different.
The game's infinite. They even said we don't know what's out there because it's all generated and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that, and the fact
it's
that
it's like Minecraft on different planets.
Yeah,
except without obviously the mining and crafting.
Like you spawn.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
I just mean like the generated worlds.
Yeah, you spawn, you get in your spaceship, and you could fly through the atmosphere with no loading screens, nothing. It's just amazing, and the fact that that's a PlayStation 4 exclusive is huge because that was a huge game.
Yeah, Chris was kind of upset.
And then that's after this is when they kind of went into the lull. They wanted the new guy to come out, Sean Layton, I think his name is.
Yeah.
I think he did a really good job. He does the Obama hands, which is cool because I mean, public speaking is probably really hard, especially in front of a bunch of.
I guess
that's just he's trying to get his point across. He announced some numbers, but the biggest thing that he announced was the PlayStation TV coming to North America this fall for $99. Which is awesome. I think I want to get one just so I could stream a PS4 to other TVs throughout my house. So I think it's going to be cool. And for $99, you can play Vita games, PS1 games. I think it's a pretty good deal.
It's pretty cheap.
And then they showed off some Mortal Kombat X gameplay trailer. Which I'm not a fighting fan, so it really...
Neither am I, but I always respected Mortal Kombat just because of how gory it is.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It looked more the same. They had some new moves. One thing I really did like was Sub-Zero made a clone of himself made out of ice and then threw it at Scorpion. So there's still a lot of that kind of wacky gameplay, but still very serious with the gore. So if you're a Mortal Kombat fan,
and the more real the game gets as the years go by, the more gruesome and hard it is to almost watch it.
Yeah. So if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, I'm sure you're super excited about that.
Or just ripping people apart.
Yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah. Then they showed off some footage from The Last of Us Remastered Edition, which it looks about the same. It's just because Last of Us looks amazing as it is. And then they announced that it's going to be coming in July, which is awesome. I was hoping it'd be out this week because the anniversary is coming up on Friday.
At least next week. I would have been happier with next week.
Yeah. So I'm glad I don't have to wait too long. It's just a month.
Yeah, a month's not bad.
But still, I was hoping it'd be sooner. Then they showed off the Metal Gear 5 Phantom Pain trailer, and I had no fucking idea what was going on because I have no idea about this series.
I've played the series and I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It was a beautiful trailer though.
But yeah, I love it. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. Then my biggest gripe about this entire press conference, GTA 5. Why?
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 Okay, let me get on this soapbox real quick. Last of Us was a PS3 exclusive, so not everybody got to play it. Yeah. But every person that has a game console had GTA 5. Everyone.
I can understand if they would have brought it to PC. Whatever. But Xbox One and PS4 didn't
need it.
We've already played the game beforehand. I know some people still like playing them online or whatever, but like I seriously don't.
Where's Red Dead? That's what everybody wants.
That's what
everyone wants. Red Dead, and they're not going to give it to us.
That's the only thing I was butt sore about the whole conference was the fact that GTA is coming back.
And I will admit, it does look.
If it would have been GTA 6, I'd have been like more for
like,
it.
what the fuck?
I'd been like, okay, that's cool too. But a game that I already played.
Yeah, exactly.
Like whatever. I mean, I guess that it kind of hypocritical because I'm all for like the Mass Effect trilogy. I want it to be remade and stuff like that. But like.
It's just like
but it's a trilogy.
Yeah.
Like you have all 3 of the games there, and Grand Theft Auto, like, there's just nothing left for me to do in it.
Yeah, exactly. It does look a lot better.
But I guess it's because it's not towards us. It's for the other people that. I guess we're on the brink for trying to. I think it's going to be more of a systems pusher.
Yeah.
They're trying to get more people to buy systems.
I will admit that it looks a lot better. I saw some side by side, and it does look a lot better. And you will be able to transfer your online save. So
yeah, at least they have that.
Yeah, so
because if I had to restart Grand Theft Auto all over again,
I mean, I'm obviously not getting it, but if I would,
I mean, it's not for me.
And then they ended the show with probably my 2 favorite trailers of the entire E3 so far. They showed about 10 minutes of Arkham Knight gameplay. It looks so fucking good.
Oh god, Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Scarecrow, oh my god, looks so phenomenal because he's one of my favorite Batman villains.
Yeah,
and
he looks so good.
It just looks so good. Like, he just looks so awesome.
And I honestly thought that was going to be the end of the show, the way they were talking about it, and then they had one more thing.
Which, it would have been weird. It would have been bad if they didn't show this. It would have been bad.
With what's been going on at the studio and stuff, they're not so far into the game, so I would have been understanding if they didn't. But when that Naughty Dog logo rolled, the crowd I was around just went nuts. Yeah. We all knew what was coming, and it said it was all PlayStation 4 footage. So if the game looks this good when it comes out, Uncharted 4 might be.
It's gonna be so. It's already going to be pushing the system.
Yeah, probably. It's already.
I mean, it did on the PS3 with even the first Uncharted.
Yeah. Which doesn't hold up as much anymore, but still, at the time.
At the time, it was pushing.
So,
I mean, Metal Gear Solid 4 pushed it.
Yeah,
at the
definitely.
beginning and literally killed people's systems. Hold on.
Yeah.
Then, it's rolling. Then, like, and by the title, and by the way things went on in the trailer, I'm assuming this may be the end.
Yeah,
this may be the last one. Like their big finale. I think that's good.
Yeah,
quite honestly, because you don't want the games to go on too long.
Yeah.
Here's a war.
But yeah.
Even Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank should just be.
You think Drake's gonna die?
I don't know. Well, because the writers and people who are in head of Last of Us are moving to help out with the Uncharted situation, if they, have enough influence on like their creative pros, how they're gonna go about the game, it's possible that may be how it is.
Well, it says a thief's end.
Yeah.
So that just makes me think it's the end of Drake. So.
Yeah, I think it's mostly the end of the series. How that's gonna happen, I'm not sure. It could go one or both ways. He just settles down, whatever, or he found whatever he's looking for. And he finally, found out, the story or whatever, or like you said, he may die. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it doesn't die, just because I don't want Uncharted to feel too much like Last of Us.
Yeah.
More, morbid and, darker.
Yeah.
I still want Uncharted.
It's already a lot darker.
But I want it to be, still that light,
fun,
lighthearted, action-packed thriller that it is.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited.
I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
It sucks that all of this shit happened with them, but I'm still excited for the game.
Yeah. It's in good hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they had to get people out of the department to come in.
Yeah.
Like, it's people that have worked with other Naughty Dog projects.
Yeah.
So, and then there's another one supposedly.
Yeah, they're working on something
else.
else.
One besides Uncharted and
Last of Us 2, please.
That's
Please.
possible.
Last of Us 2, please.
Or maybe even a new IP.
Yeah, new IP would be cool too.
Which, maybe Jack and Daxter?
I don't think so.
I really don't think so.
I love Jack and Daxter, but I feel like Naughty Dog, what they could do now, it'd be a waste of their talent.
Yeah.
But
I hear you. I don't think it will be. I would love to see it happen though.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing it happen, just not from Naughty Dog.
Yeah, that's also possible too.
But yeah, so that was the end of the Sony conference, and day 0 of E3. Today, Nintendo had their digital event, and
which they started off very amusing.
Yeah, it was like a Robot Chickens type sketch.
It was actually Robot Chicken.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
That's cool. It was hilarious.
It was very, very good. It had a lot of pokes at Nintendo.
Yeah, they were kind of making fun of themselves.
It was nice to see them, take it a little more, not as serious, because most Nintendo's usually, I find quite serious with how they bring about business.
Yeah. They're kind of easing off.
And then this one, I liked how they were having a little more fun with the Nintendo Direct, like cast and stuff like that, and how they got Robot Chicken involved, and like they were having them own, making fun of themselves with like the guy in the crowd just like, we want Earthbound 3, we want Star Fox and stuff like that, and Reggie just like zapping him and catching him on fire and stuff.
And then they went straight from that into Super Smash. And they showed off.
They also had another scene with like Reggie and
him and
I forgot his name.
Yeah, fighting.
They were fighting and it was pretty loud.
And they showed off that Mii's are going to be a playable character, which was something I expected, which I'm kind of excited about because I'll be able to play as Greg Miller.
That's true.
Because I have a Greg Miller Mii on my Wii, so that's going to be fun. Then they showed off their NFC figures. That's going to work with Smash. They also said it's going to work with Mario Kart.
Yeah, that way you can carry over your data. Or your custom, play set, all your stats and stuff will carry over to, if you want to go to, like, let's say if I got a Wii U, which probably will happen in the next
eventually
2 years.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring my custom, like how I have my custom play set of how I play my character and my data, I could bring it over to Chaz's, I can import my character and all of his movesets in there, and super quick, super easy, you don't have to download anything, just go.
And all the figures look really cool.
They're also nice collectibles.
Yeah, definitely. I might buy them just to collect them, honestly. The Samus figure they showed off looks so sleek and it looks awesome. And they call that Amiibo. The figures.
Yeah.
Which
Amiibo.
is a weird name. And then wow. And then they said that the 3DS version of Super Smash is coming out October 7th, which isn't summer, Nintendo. I don't know if Japan has a different summer, but October is not summer. And then they said that Super Smash for the Wii U is going to be coming out holiday 2014, which is good that they didn't say winter 2014, because that could mean 2015, as confusing as that is. This is saying that it's definitely coming out at the end of this year, unless it gets delayed. So, that's exciting.
Good.
Then they showed off Yarn Yoshi, which is a game. Well, it's actually called
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah, I was super looking forward to this game because they showed off some screenshots a while back. It looks really good.
Yeah, I always enjoyed it. Like I'm gonna say this about a lot of stuff just because I'm an artist. I like the art style of it.
Yeah.
I always thought Kirby's Epic Yarn always had that cool vibe, and then this one's like everything's yarn, not just like like the whole world is yarn.
Yeah. I just hope it provides a challenge. The last Yoshi game was super kiddie. The last Kirby game was super kiddie. So I just hope they provide a challenge for adults, because I think I'd really enjoy that game.
Yeah, because I used to love Yoshi's Island back in the day.
Yeah.
But
And then they announced a Captain Toad game, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, I tweeted that. I was like, Toad finally got his own
One,
game.
I love Toad, and he deserves his own game. And two, it looks like a Super Mario 3D
It almost reminds me of like Mario versus DK March of the Minis. How like it was like a small cube.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it reminded me of.
Toad just looks so cute with the little light on his head, and he's riding in a minecart. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it seems pretty interesting.
Yeah. And then, the biggie. They showed off the new Zelda.
and oh my god.
The Legend of Zelda Skyrim Sword is what I'm calling it.
that's almost that's exactly what. Well, not the name, but I thought of that exactly. I was like, oh my god, if this is Skyrim meets Zelda.
Yeah.
I will. I don't even need Super Smash Bros. I just need that on my Wii U.
And the art style,
especially if you can get like your own, like if you can get side quests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like make the game
last,
long, and like last hundreds of hours instead of just about a day or two.
Yeah.
I guess depending on how good you are in Zelda and how much you remember of everything, because I'm going through Twilight Princess again, and I'm just like, how the fuck did I play this when I was 13? Like, when I was a kid, like, how did I do this? Like, I'm like wikiing everything. I'm just like, I don't remember.
Yeah. I like the art style similar to Skyward Sword, but HD obviously now.
It had a mix of Skyward Sword and Wind Waker morphed together in a nice.
It looks beautiful.
HD package.
I'm super excited. Coming out next year, so that's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
All right, then they showed off some new Pokemon stuff.
Woo! I mean, they didn't really show too much. Like, they didn't. I mean, it's a remake of a game that already existed, so there's not much to show. Just because you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But they also showed off the Mega Evolutions for Sceptile and Swampert, and of course Blaziken's gonna get one too because he already has one. I don't know if he's gonna get anything different. Probably not. And then they also showed off Groudon and Kyogre's de-evolution, which is their Mega Stone evolution, where they become like older prehistoric versions of themselves, so they get like huge and like crazy, and they have like lights and stuff. Oh, it looks crazy.
It looks like X and Y, but with the old stuff. So
basically, that's kind of what they did with when they remade Gold. Like, it looked just like Pearl.
Yeah.
And then that's what they did with Fire Red and Leaf Green. It looked just like Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire. So, like, whatever's the last game of the time, like, that's kind of what it remakes it.
So, if you're a Pokemon fan, he is. Look forward to it. It's coming out November 21st, so not that long. Then they showed off Bayonetta 2, which we knew about. I don't really care about. But they showed off they have some Nintendo skins for it, which is interesting. Cool. So if you're a Bayonetta 2 fan, it also comes with Bayonetta 1. So that's awesome if you're trying to get into
Nintendo won't be fucking lost as shit.
Yeah. So if you're trying to get into Bayonetta, this is a good starting point.
Yeah.
They didn't. Did they give an release date? I don't have that down.
I could check Twitter. I don't think so.
And then they showed off Hyrule Warriors, which is a game that I'm actually excited about. It's from the makers of Dynasty Warriors, but it's using the Zelda IP. So you'll be able to play as Link, you'll be able to play as Zelda and some other characters. It's looking really fun, and I'm super excited for that.
I don't think they did. At least I didn't tweet it if they did.
Then they announced a new Kirby game, Kirby: The Curse of the Rainbow, or something.
Rainbow Cruise.
Rainbow something.
Which I don't know what the fuck that's about, but it looked cool. It was like a claymation.
Yeah, you get
Kirby.
You like draw like the way you want Kirby to go and stuff.
Yeah, and he's like rolling, so it has a lot to do with the gamepad.
Yeah.
Which that's what they're doing a lot of with these games that they showed off, is that they're utilizing the gamepad more.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I guess it's good in a sense because you have to have this gamepad in order to play
they need to use it in some way.
So they need to utilize it, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm fine just holding my controller.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Then one of the things that I'm most excited about this is they announced Mario Maker. So
which is really fucking awesome.
You'll be able to make your own levels in old school Mario or newer Mario graphics, and you can totally create anything you want. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what kind of crazy levels people come up with. So that's going to be awesome.
Jeez, some more lost level type shit.
Yeah, it's going to be way harder. And
people are going to be stupid with that.
Then they closed.
Like impossible.
They closed out the show with a new game, another new IP, Splatoon, which is a 4v4 online paintball arena shooter, and it looks a lot of fun. I'm expecting to get it. One gripe, they mentioned you're gonna have to move the gamepad to aim.
So this is another reason why I was like, the gamepad.
They better be able to. If you have to use it like that, I'm not getting this game. I do not want to use. I do not want to be looking all around to aim. I want to aim like a normal game. So they better have a way to switch it, because I'm not giving them my money to make me look all over my house.
Like upside down and shit.
And then Miyamoto had this little speech towards the end, and on his screen you could see he was playing a Star Fox game.
It was blurred, but later they announced that there's a new Starbucks in the works.
So that's awesome.
And then also they had a little tidbit at the end that they announced a new Super Smash Bros. Character, which is Platuna from Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
So she's a new playable character that they announced.
And
cool.
so Nintendo's going to be streaming out throughout this entire E3 week, and they actually announced a new Mario Party after this.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be better than the last couple.
Well, you remember the last one? How like everyone moved together in that car. Like everyone got in a car and like you rolled and however like everyone moved like you didn't move it on your own.
I didn't play the last one actually.
Well, it's gonna everyone hated it and they're doing it again. So it's like
I don't really open Mario Parties. After I think what's the one I have on GameCube?
7,
5.
8.
It might be 7. After that.
Either way, new Mario Party, so that's cool, I guess. But
right.
we're expecting Nintendo to have some more announcements throughout the week.
Yeah.
But that was pretty
much...
know
after on their post show, because I was watching on IGN.
Yeah, me too.
On their post show, they had another game that they showed off, which is The Devil's Third.
Yeah.
Which is very unlike a Nintendo game. Bloody, gory, a lot of tattoos.
Very un-Nintendo.
Very un-Nintendo. Drinking, smoking, like everything you think of. This is an M-rated game on Nintendo.
Yeah.
It looks like it would be like a Max Payne Hitman looking dude running around blowing shit up. It's gonna have multiplayer, so you can blow shit up in multiplayer with other people online. So,
yeah.
So it's alright. I think it's actually the first shooter on Call of Duty. Besides Call of Duty, I think it's the first shooter on.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So everyone had a solid conference.
Yeah.
If you had to give it to someone, who would you give it
to? Are we going with just big like Sony? Nintendo?
No, you could include Ubisoft or EA.
Man, it's a real close toss up between Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah.
Exclusive wise, I think Microsoft had the better showing.
Definitely.
Just because they showed off a lot more exclusive stuff. Sony had a lot more third-party support with a couple of exclusives like Uncharted and whatever Project Beast was. I forgot what it was. Bloodborne. I knew something with blood. So exclusive-wise, Microsoft had a lot better showing. But overall, they were still pretty close together. The All About Games things was pretty neat how they did that. It was a little hard to keep track of everything, especially since we were tweeting about it.
Yeah.
Because
you can miss something completely.
You miss one thing and you're just like, oh, what was that game?
Yeah.
That happened to me. Like I had to go back and rewatch every single conference just because
you missed stuff.
Also, the Wi-Fi org was terrible.
Yeah.
So I missed like all of Sony's conference and half of Ubisoft's. And then Nintendo, my biggest gripe about it was, since I don't have a Wii U, I was upset that besides Super Smash Bros. And Pokemon, they didn't show off any new 3DS games.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're showing more support for the Wii U system.
Definitely.
Even though most of the games, if not all of them, were coming out in 2015.
Yeah.
I think Super Smash Bros. Was actually the only one in 2014. And Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors, Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, Bayonetta. Okay.
They have a couple, but most of them are
3 of like the 12 or so games.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're showing like, hey, we're still trying to make good games on our system that you'll get the system for, keep playing your system for it. But as a 3DS owner, I was kind of like, these are the only games I'm getting for my 3DS anyway, so like I wanted to see new stuff to get me excited. Because after this year, for my 3DS, it's just like, is there anything?
Yeah.
Am I just going to play Pokemon for the rest of my life?
You'd be totally happy with that.
I'd be happy, but like right now, even with X and Y, I'm just like, whatever. I've been in a breeding phase, so I haven't been